Hello, my name is Emma Laguerre, and I will be presenting my research proposal on the differential impact of social media on self-control and academic success between students in the adolescent and early adulthood stages of development. I will provide a brief introduction and background on this topic before I discuss the methodology and predicted results. Additionally, I will summarize the strengths, limitations, significance, and future direction for this research. Now, you've likely walked into a grocery store or doctor's office recently. Maybe hike the Grand Canyon if you're feeling adventurous. And you've probably noticed a running theme. Well, aside from the price increase. Everyone is on their phone, specifically on social media platforms, either creating or sharing content. According to recent statistics, 302.35 million people in the United States alone use social media as of 2023. That means 90% of the total US population is active on social media. This fact alone demonstrates how critical social media has become in our daily lives. The progression of technology and the emergence of the coronavirus disease have further accelerated social media usage in a variety of sectors, including education. Naturally, this raises concerns regarding the role of social media in academics. Previous literature has defined social media as an instrument that allows individuals and communities to gather, communicate, and share information, opinions, and other content. While early social media platforms were primarily used for communication, it has gradually become an educational tool to improve student engagement and teacher-student communication. However, current research suggests that social media used for educational purposes can have both positive and negative effects on students. For instance, one study determined that using social media can allow educators to engage students in and out of the classroom more effectively. Another study found that various social media platforms have been frequently used to successfully share ideas and resources. While past studies have demonstrated the advantages of using social media for educational purposes, many researchers have suggested there are several disadvantages to incorporating social media in academics. For example, social media platforms like Facebook can become a serious distraction for students and impact their academic performance. The negative view of social media in academic settings is due in part to the fact that students are considered responsible for their own educational progress in online learning environments. Thus, self-regulation of learning is essential for the completion of coursework. Regardless, social media can be used to improve or worsen academics, depending on how effectively students use it. Before I offer an in-depth description of my research study, I would like to explain more about the variables and psychological theory involved. Social media, which I have defined earlier, is the within-subject independent variable, and academic success is the within-subject dependent variable. As you can see, academic achievement is a qualitative outcome, while academic performance is a quantitative outcome. For the purposes of this study, academic success will be defined as a combination of academic performance and academic achievement. In this case, self-control is the moderator variable, and it essentially refers to the ability to manage one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Now, I just want to briefly discuss Erikson's psychosocial theory as it is pertinent to my research proposal. This theory extends Freud's theory of psychosocial development and supports the idea that personality and relationships are influenced by early childhood experiences. However, it concentrates on the impact of social dynamics rather than sexual influences. This information is relevant because I will be examining the differences in the impact of social media on self-control and academic success between the 5th and 6th stages of Erikson's psychosocial stages of development. Erickson's fifth developmental stage, known as the identity versus role confusion stage, typically occurs between 10 to 20 years of age. It is characterized by an exploration of independence and establishment of personal identity. Meanwhile, Erickson's sixth stage is referred to as the intimacy versus isolation stage and usually occurs in a person's 20s or 30s. It is characterized by the formation of healthy, intimate relationships. While extensive research has been conducted in recent years on the influence of social media across ages, education levels, gender, and culture, there is no published research that effectively compares the impact of social media on two different stages of development in accordance with Erickson's psychosocial theory. It's apparent that the increased incorporation of social media in academic settings has increased the need for research regarding the short-term and long-term impact of social media on students. One relevant study investigated the utilization of social media and its connection to students' academic performance, well-being, and interpersonal relation. This study discovered that perceived social media addiction, sleep duration, and study time significantly correlated to academic performance. The study demonstrates that there is a significant correlation between social media and academic performance among students in the early adulthood stage of development. Another study conducted on undergraduates and graduate students found a significant difference in social media impact between introversion and extroversion students. This study provides support that there is a difference between the impact of social media on self-control and academic achievement at different stages of development. This last study also considered the impact of social media on academics. However, the study collected qualitative data, unlike the first two studies, and considered the mediating role of self-regulatory learning strategies. The results of this study indicated that social media has a significant impact on self-handicapping when self-regulation learning strategies were used as a mediating factor. This provides support that social media significantly affects academic success, with self-control as a moderating factor among students in the adolescent and early adulthood stages of development. The deeper we delve into this research, the more questions arise. However, discussing the specifics of these research questions will take more than the time we currently have today, so we will focus on one question in particular. What impact does social media have on self-control and academic success? We will specifically consider if there is a significant correlation between social media and academic success among students in the adolescent and early adulthood stages of development, whether or not social media significantly impacts academic success with the moderating role of self-control learning strategies among adolescent students, and if there is a significant difference in the impact of social media on self-control and academic success between adolescence and early adulthood. This study will select undergraduate students from St. Thomas University and middle school students from Thomas Jefferson Middle School in Miami, Florida, using a stratified random sampling technique. Based on a 90% confidence interval and a 5% margin of error, the sample size will consist of approximately 250 undergraduate students and 160 middle school students from a population of 2,500 university students and 413 middle school students studying during the 2023 academic year. The study will utilize a cross-sectional mixed method design. After informed consent is obtained, quantitative and qualitative data will be collected over a 3-month period using an online questionnaire distributed via question probe and a semi-structured interview conducted via Zoom. This is a sample of the operational definitions of the components which will be evaluated quantitatively and qualitatively. As you can see here, many of the responses will be provided on a 7-point Likert scale, ranging from 0 to 6. The quantitative data will be analyzed using the statistical package for social science. A Pearson's correlation coefficient will be utilized to discern the strength and direction of the relationship between social media and academic success in students in the adolescent and early adulthood stages of development. This test will also determine whether or not there is a statistically significant correlation between social media and academic success, with the moderating role of self-controlled learning strategies among adolescent students. An independent t-test will also be applied to determine if there is a significant difference in the impact of social media on self-control and academic success between adolescence and early adulthood. As with many studies, this research will be limited by a few factors, including the restriction of the sample geographically, response bias that can arise with online surveys, and increased duration due to the multiple stages of data collection and data analysis typically involved in mixed method designs. Despite the limitations, there are several reasons the present research design was selected. For example, a mixed method design offers generalizable quantitative data as well as detailed, comprehensive qualitative data. Additionally, the effective integration of qualitative and quantitative data collection methods could mitigate the weakness of a single research method. Most importantly, the utilization of a stratified random sampling method also ensures the target population is more accurately reflected, since the entire population will be stratified before random sampling methods are applied, unlike other sampling techniques. The present study will extend the work of past researchers regarding social media, academic success, and self-control. It also offers a deeper understanding of the influence of social media on the educational landscape following COVID-19, as it examines the differential impact of social media, self-control, and academic success at the identity versus role confusion stage and intimacy versus isolation stage. This research is relevant to curriculum development and student learning, since many curricula have transitioned to online learning platforms, and social media usage has increased due to the rapid progression of technology and emergence of the pandemic. Moreover, the results of this research can help develop effective strategies as students transition from adolescence to early adulthood in this constantly evolving educational climate. Future researchers can provide a more comprehensive understanding of the differential impact of social media on academic success in the context of human development by evaluating students beyond the stages of adolescence and early adulthood to improve learning as students transition from primary to secondary to post-secondary education. Moreover, applying a longitudinal research design or performing a causality-based analysis of the differential impact of social media on academic success and self-control could offer further insight beyond this research. In reflection, I have also attached a scientific poster that summarizes the primary information I have discussed in my research proposal, including aspects of the literature review, method, proposed results, discussion, and conclusion. In closing, social media has the capacity to become a powerful instrument for change in the educational system. However, it is only through innovative research that we can understand how to more effectively utilize social media platforms and implement educational initiatives to ensure student success. Thank you for your time.